G'day dads, welcome to Cooking with Cameron, coming to you on the Fathering Channel. It's great of you to join us today. Time to apron up. Time to grab the kids. Let's get into the kitchen and kick some goals. G'day dads, welcome to Cooking with Cameron. It's great to have you along with us. Now this month of September, across the Fathering Channel, the Fathering Project, we're going to be talking about kicking goals. And as dads, kicking goals, doing stuff. And what I want to encourage you to do is kick some goals of spending time with your kids.
Yay!
Okay?
What do you mean by that, Dad?
What I mean by doing something with your kids. And for us, we love being in the kitchen. We don't always record it, we just do it for this. So it's about kicking goals, spending some time with your kids and trying to do stuff that they want to do. So for the next 4 sessions, so for the next 4 cooks, the kids are going to be specifically joining me, and I'm going to try and not dial it back, but I'm going to bring it back to stuff that the kids can do and stuff I used to do when I was learning. So today we're going to make a cake, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to do 2 cakes. Okay, so we're going to do an upside down banana cake 2 ways. One, we've got a packet mix. So we're going to make a packet mix look good. Now, if you want to teach your kids how to make stuff, simple way. The other way is all this mess over here. That is we're going to make a cake from scratch. So dads, buckle up, go grab your kids, and we're going to have some fun tonight. Okay? So I'm going to instruct the kids, and you kids are going to do it, okay?
Okay.
The only thing we've got to work out is I've got a new little toy, a new little induction burner, so that might take a bit of fluffing around.
Anyway,
that's okay. Righto, dads, and kids, make sure they're there, let's get into it. So, we need to fry off, so an upside down cake, what do you think that might be?
So basically you make a cake the right way up and then you flip it upside down before you serve it.
That's right, so we're going to lay some banana on the bottom, then pour cake mix on the top. Then once it's cooked, we'll tip it back up and the bananas will be on the top.
Yay!
So, before we start, we're going to actually cook the bananas down. So, there's our bananas. So what we're doing, dads, just cutting these down. We're just going to cook them briefly on one side, flip them over, cook them a little bit on the other side. Okay, those other bananas can come out. Well, thanks kids, that looks awesome. We're just going to set them aside for the moment, and we're going to get into making the cake. So which one do we reckon we want to do first?
Easy cake!
Easy cake first, right, yeah. Tell me the ingredients, Ruthie.
4 extra large eggs, 1 cup of water,
Yep.
half a cup of vegetable oil.
Yep, that's what we need to make the cake.
Yeah.
The rest is if we're going to make the icing to go on top.
Okay.
So, we've got our Righty kids, that looks amazing. Let me just sneak in here for a bit. We'll let that drain for a moment. Now, because we're cooking 2 cakes, we've only got 1 machine. So we've got to clean that machine up. So that means we've got to jump to our next stage though. And that is laying out the bananas in the trays. So, if I put those, oh thanks Squirty. Okay, so now, I reckon you guys just lay those bananas out onto there, onto the base of that. Rightio kids, so now which one are we going to do this cake mix into?
That one.
bowl. Okay, so let's put that. That's looking pretty good, kids. Now, because it's an upside down cake, normally when we pour a cake in, we just let it settle itself. But we just want to give it a little bit of encouragement to try and make that bottom as smooth as possible. Here's the back of that knife so that we get as much as that into there. Okay, kids, so the first cake's done. Now time to get the second cake done. So Josiah, he's just cut up here. What have you cut up?
I've cut the butter up.
You've cut some butter up. Ruth packed some sugar. Now, I made the mistake and I actually said we're going to clean that bowl. We actually do need to, because we're actually going to be blending the sugar and the butter together, and we need that bowl clean, okay?
Why?
So, we just do, because it doesn't quite work. It's just, we just need the sugar and the butter itself, not the extra bits of chocolate. So, can we throw the butter in there and the sugar into the bowl? Rightio, that's starting to come together. Have a look at that. So Josiah, do you want to, what we're going to do now is drop one egg in. Okay. Rightio, we've had to melt some chocolate. Now there's two ways you melt chocolate. No, you've seen me do it the other way, and that's with the boiler, the double boiler, where I've got the hot boiler and a container. Tonight we did it in the microwave. Now we learned one lesson. What's that?
Don't put it in a plastic bowl.
Don't put it in a plastic bowl in the microwave, because we actually cracked the bowl. We've had chocolate everywhere. We've had to start again. But I pulled this out of the microwave now, just a little bit early, and it was still looked hard, but there's enough residual heat that that's all melted through just nicely. So now we need to pour it into that. So okay, Ruthie, can you just pour that into there for us? Can you measure out for me 1.5 cups of self-raising flour? Okay. Now, dads, if you don't have self-raising flour, you just got plain flour, you can get, where are you? You get some baking powder. Now, for 1 cup, you put a teaspoon of this into it. And then therefore it makes it self-raising flour. So that's what's going to help it lift. So kids, if dad doesn't have any flour, or just has flour, not self-raising flour, make sure he's got some of this. It's the blue jar, okay? So it's easy to find in the cupboard. But Milo, as opposed to using cocoa powder is really strong. Milo doesn't have quite as strong a flavour, so we're actually going to put a little bit more chocolate flavouring in. So we're going to use the tablespoon measures. Now, dads, this has probably taken us, if we weren't videoing, it probably still would have taken us 2 to 3 times the length than using the packet mix. But as I always say, I know what's in this, I know the ingredients, and you know what, just you make a bit of mess, have a bit of fun, make a bit of mess. Dress her up, can't take her anywhere. Okay, so now it's time to pour. Let's look. Okay, so kids, that's looking pretty darn good. Have you had fun cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Now, we're going to put both these cakes into the oven. How long are we putting them in for, Ruthie?
50 to 60 minutes.
50 to 60 minutes. We're going to check it after 50. Now, we've preheated the oven to about 170 degrees Fahrenheit, centigrade in a fan forced oven. So we're going to put these in the oven and we'll be back to you when they're cooked.
Yum.
Now, guess what we've got to do while we're waiting though?
Clean up.
That's right, we've got to clean up this swamp. Okay, so it looks a bit wobbly, but if we stick that in, pull it out, that's nice and clean. She's cooked. Let's let it cool down now, and then we'll flip them over. Oh, they look pretty good, don't they, kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although that one's flopped.
That one's flopped, but that's just, I think, the nature of homemade cakes. Anyway, dads, So you saw me take them out of the oven, check them for how they're cooked. So you just put the skewer in, pull them out. So now, you take that off. The unveiling, big unboxing. Now, we're going to. So this one is the packet mix.
Yep. Whoa.
Yeah, quick, steal that one. Don't tell Mum. Okay. Oh.
That's one I did. That's one Ruth did.
Well, they look pretty good. I guess we better cut them open, hey? Rightio. Knife each. Now.
Still a bit
Oh, this
gooey.
one's a bit gooey. Okay. Now, I left this one in for an hour. This one was for 50 minutes. Now, let me just step in here a sec. Get out someone. That looks pretty good. I think I might need to get a spoon for this. Oh, let me see with the knife. This one's still a bit gooey. I don't know how that happened. When I put the spear in, it came out cooked. Anyway, Dads, it's fun cooking with the kids in the kitchen. It might work, it might fail. I reckon we call this one now a chopped banana fudge cake.
Yeah.
This one's the fudge
So if
cake,
you're-
this one's the cake.
So if you fail, Dads, don't stress. If the kids make a mess, don't stress. Anyway, Dads, have a go. Kick a goal. Get into the kitchen. Try something new with your kids. And for September, take up the challenge. Take the pledge to get in there and kick a goal. Anyway, Dads, till next time, what do we keep saying? Keep being great dads.